Yo, hit that like button, Frankie. Nigga, humility is a motherfucker. Humble pie gets served every day out here in these streets, and when it happens, I mean, it could change your whole tune. So Antonio Brown went on Instagram this morning, and he put, and I quote, "Mr. Kraft, I apologize sincerely to you and your organization!" Exclamation point. All I wanted to be was a asset to the organization. Sorry for the bad media and the drama! Exclamation point. Thank you sincerely, AB. And he's got a lot of people liking it. Julian Edelman liked it. Stephon Gilmore liked it. Brady liked it. So, I mean, Brady's let his frustrations be known in the last couple of days that the offense stinks. Gronk has already announced he's not coming back this year. I think I seen some stat Brady's thrown to 17 different receivers this year. So the leverage that Antonio has is that the Patriots actually need him. They need someone like him to help their offense. But on the other hand, I've seen the Patriots win multiple Super Bowls without talent like Antonio Brown. So you can argue that they need him, but you can also argue that they don't need him. They're probably gonna have to win every game by the skin of their teeth, tooth and nail. But it just depends. Like there's a such thing called white arrogance, and most white billionaires, old white men like Robert Kraft, are very arrogant. And I don't know if Robert Kraft is gonna, because the way that they look at everyone else like they're inferior to them. And as much as money Antonio Brown may have to me, you, and everyone else, he's inferior in Robert Kraft's eyes. I don't know if Robert Kraft is going to accept this so-called apology because it looks more like a stunt than it does a real genuine apology. I mean, anybody can say I'm sorry when the chips is down and everything is going bad. Do you really know if they really mean it or not? No, you don't. And his comments kind of embarrassed Robert Kraft because everyone had kind of forgot about it, and then it was under the rug, and then he brought it back up on the table. So it depends on what Robert Kraft thinks, and that's why he apologized to Kraft, not Belichick, not Brady. Brady didn't like Antonio Brown not being on the team. He didn't want Brown gone. Belichick didn't want him gone. It was Robert Kraft's decision to cut bait on Antonio Brown. So that's why he targeted Robert Kraft, not only because he called him out the day after he was released, but it was Robert Kraft who pulled the plug. So I don't know if they can peer pressure Mr. Kraft into bringing Antonio Brown back or not. It's a far stretch. I know he had his meeting with the NFL last week. They're still waiting to see if there's a decision. I don't even know what's the point of having a meeting. I mean, his charges were dropped. He didn't do anything criminal. He didn't hit anybody with a fucking helmet. He didn't do anything on the field. So I don't see how you can't let him come back into the NFL. He didn't do anything remotely illegal. So I think he'll be back, but I don't know if he'll be back with the Patriots. But that is crazy. Someone said his apology sounded like, "Please, master, can I come back in the big house? It's cold outside." Oh shit. I mean, God bless him, man. I mean, I stopped defending Antonio Brown after this whole situation with the Patriots because I understood the Pittsburgh stuff. They was jocking Big Ben. Big Ben could do no wrong. I understood they had maxed out. They had reached their potential. They got worse as the years went on instead of getting better. I understood Oakland because that was his punishment. They sent him to Oakland to punish him. He didn't want to be out there with a rebuilding franchise. I understood that. But when he fucked up his opportunity to win a championship and to be great and to stamp his legacy, that didn't make any sense to me. That was stupid. So I no longer am a cheerleader for Antonio Brown, but I still enjoy him as a football player. And like I say, this is the 100th year anniversary for the NFL, and it's not been good. Between Myles Garrett, a first round draft pick, knocking Mason Rudolph's head off with a helmet, Kaepernick's workout stunt that the NFL put together, all that nonsense. The fact that you got a lot of bad teams playing football, and then you got one of the best receivers in the last 10 years not in the league. This hasn't been a good 100-year anniversary. When you think about an anniversary, you think of a celebration. There hasn't been a lot to celebrate this year for the NFL. I think this would be a great story if they do bring Antonio Brown back. But it just all depends on what they're willing to tolerate. If you're willing to tolerate him for a couple of games, because like I say, it's only a few more games left. I would pull the plug. I would pull the trigger and do it. It's week 12 coming up. What's gonna hurt for a few games? If it's so what if it is a circus? So what if it is a circus, dude? 5, 6 games. Take the chance? Go for it. That's just me though. Let me know what y'all think, man. Antonio Brown apologizes. Is it true? Is it genuine? Is it worth the risk? I think it's worth the risk. What else? What do you got to lose? I'm out of here.